Welcome to Island's Plate with me, Treasure, your host. I'm going to teach you how to make scrambled eggs from scratch. I know that prices of the food is going up, but it's Valentine's Day or it's coming up, and you need to make you something really nice and affordable. This video is for beginners. I'm going to make it very easy for you to understand, and hopefully you learn something and maybe a little extra skills. Let's get to it. So, the rule of thumb that I've always gone by is you're going to do 2 eggs per person. That's the way I grew up. 2 eggs per person. So I'm doing this for me and one other person because I have 4 eggs here. So number one, how are we going to crack an egg? Now you can do it 2 ways. You do it one hand or you can do it 2 hands. We're going to just do this with 2 hands, okay? Because I'm assuming everybody here is a beginner. This is my first visual demonstration. If you need more explanation, I got 3 more times to show you. You're going to hold your egg with 3 fingers. This is what I normally would do. And you're going to lightly tap it on the edge of any egg surface, okay? You can use your countertop, you can use the bowl if you feel this is sturdy enough. And you're going to lightly tap until it cracks, okay? Then you're going to take your fingers and you're going to go in between the parts where the egg is cracked, and you're going to pull away. And you should have a clean egg with no eggshells, okay? If you need to practice this beforehand, before you actually make your meal for someone special, yourself, your kids, your friends, your family, whoever you want to do it for, I would recommend you do that. Okay? All right. We're going to whisk this up. Try your best to make sure before you get into a vigorous whisk. Let me see if I can show you much closer. What you're going to do is you're going to take your whisk and you're going to take the very tip point of it and go in the middle of your egg, of the egg yolk. Trying your best to break it up, okay? This is the easiest way to ensure that you don't have full yolk intact, okay? You're going to break it up. Try your best to break it up. Once you feel as if you've broken it up enough, we're now going to whisk. Okay? Because what can happen is if you don't break your egg up before you start whisking, you can basically whisk around the yolk. I've done that before. The yolk has just decided to go around my whisk. So just to make sure that doesn't happen, go on and break it up beforehand, so you know you've already broken it up. Whisk. Okay. At this point, I have 2 eggs in here. Okay? So I'm going to take 2 teaspoons of evaporated milk, real milk, natural milk, whatever milk you want to do, but 2 teaspoons of evaporated milk inside of your eggs. 2 teaspoons, okay? This is going to make it light and fluffy. All right, at this point right here, okay? At this point right here, we're going to want to make sure that our pan has already been preheating or it's already been preheated. At this point, you want to make sure that your pan is basically already preheating and hot, okay? And I'm going to use butter. You can use oil. If you have oil, I recommend you use that. We're going to take some butter and we're going to oil our pan with that. Like I said, you want to make sure it's already hot. And I'm using a cast iron skillet, so I need to make sure every part is oiled. Okay, so let's say you got caught up in mixing your eggs, you preheated your pan, and for some reason you forgot that it was already preheating, and when you put your butter in there, it started to brown. What are we gonna do? If you see the oil, the butter starting to brown, which in some recipes, brown butter is perfect, what you're gonna do is you're not gonna put the eggs in there. Okay. You're not put the eggs in there. You're gonna start over. You're gonna take your pan and you're gonna wash it out just like I did there, okay? Because I let this heat up a little bit too long. And if I was to put my eggs in the butter while it was brown, it was gonna turn my eggs brown. We don't want that, okay? Yeah, so, like I said, this is for beginners. All right. So I just wash it up. Just use straight water. Do not do a deep clean, straight water. That's it. Just water. Okay? We're going to try this again. Make sure that it does not turn brown. This is the perfect color that we want right here, which is no color, translucent. Okay? Our pan right now is ready to be cooked on. Okay, our pan right now is ready to be cooked on. Okay, now remember, we already put milk inside of here, right? So we need to whisk that up. Whisk that up. Okay, whisk it up. Now, at this point, you can literally just take this and put it right in here, but we're not going to do that. We got to work quick. I'm going to take cheese and I'm going to put that in there. And our eggs, okay? I'm going to put salt and pepper at the table, okay? You can put salt and pepper in it right now, but I like for the person that I'm cooking for to season it to taste, to their liking. All right. Our egg is in there and it's moving. It's hot. Immediately, make sure that you move the egg around. If it stays stagnant in one area, in any one area, it is going to stick to that surface and then start turning brown. You do not want that to happen. I'm not going to teach you any interesting pan tricks. All we're doing is making sure that the tip of our spatula is making contact with the very bottom of our pan, and we're pulling and we're pushing. It's gonna go. This pan is already hot. As you've seen, it already turned my butter brown. All we're trying to do is make sure that we're scraping. That's what we're doing. We're scraping the very bottom of the pan, okay? Because we don't want any one area and any area to stick to the pan too long to give it time to turn brown. You see how it's already almost done? And I'm talking to you through this entire thing. It's gonna go fast, okay? This is not one of those you let it cook and you walk away from it. You're gonna stay there and you're gonna make sure that you're scraping, you're pushing, and you're pulling on your egg. There's a technique, which I'll show you later, where you don't push and pull as much as I'm doing, but for a beginner, you don't want to try that. You want to just make sure your egg is still going to be fluffy, because I showed you how to put the milk in there. And the milk is going to make it fluffy. It's going to make it light and very airy. You are going to push and pull. Okay, so I put about, maybe one, I'm gonna say a tablespoon, or a teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of butter in here for 4 eggs in a small pan. If you had a bigger pan, I would say give yourself a little bit more butter, because what you're looking for is to cover every surface of your pan with oil. That's really what you're trying to do, so the egg doesn't stick to anything. All right. Our eggs are done, and they're now ready to serve. And we're going to take these eggs. We're going to plate them in our nice love presentation plate. Here is our eggs ready to serve, and I hope you enjoy, and whoever else that's remembering with.
Kids have taught me you can't risk it. Like, you can't go to jail today. So
Oh my God. You can't go to jail today.
No, you
No,
can't.
girl, you can't go to jail today.
So, because they'll come get them. And so, like, they keep me, like, really calm. Yeah.
That I'm not laughing as hard as I should.